Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about the upcoming new moon coming up on May 7th in the zodiac sign of Taurus. A very pleasant energy is coming in as we've been in the phase of great intense energies that were shaking us up a little bit, bringing to the surface what needed to be released. Now we are slowly entering into a more pleasant, more, let's say, fluid energy that will bring many of manifestations, many of financial abundance, many of realization, how much you've actually upgraded yourself. You will become more aware of your self-worth, you will become more connected with nature, and you will start to feel much more grounded because of this upcoming energy. So as you're upgrading, updating, renewing, and releasing the past, all at the same time right now, it's a lot of change happening within you. So be extra gentle with yourself and take the time to rest, to heal, and recharge. If you feel confused, but excited at the same time, it's because your energy is shifting from the old you to the new version of yourself. But right now we are like in a window of certain time where many people think nothing big is happening, but at the same time energetically so many things are aligning, and I just wish everybody would see how things are aligning on the energy level. You see, all the predictions for the big shift are actually already happening, but most people don't see it. Most people say, why are you constantly repeating that? And they're saying to all people who are talking about this, because people are addicted to information and they want to hear new stuff. But what we will truly take into the new era, into the new frequency, is what we've integrated during this time. That's why all of us are constantly reminding you of integration, of the power of manifestation you hold within that can only happen by changing your frequency, by learning the art of heart brain coherence, and then using your intention in a coherent state, which is an art. It's an art of reality creation. Then there's an art of dharma and purpose, which is recognizing your calling, recognizing your highest frequency, which means noticing what is that joy that is calling you. And many of you are becoming familiar with it. And then it's about, the art of managing distractions. Will you follow that, as I said in the previous video, will you follow that spark, that joy, or will you allow yourself to be distracted by all the impulses externally? This new moon is very important when it comes to that, because it's bringing us a great grounding energies. And when it comes to grounding, I don't want you to ground the chaos into your system. I want you to ground clarity. I want you to ground higher frequency, which is something that lives within you, same as fear or sadness or depression or anything lives within you because you've been used to feeling this kind of a way. There's also joy, there's also happiness, there's also passion and creativity that you can ground into this moment. And it's about choice, like, will you allow yourself to be distracted, or will you allow yourself to live your day in a certain, let's say, systematic way that helps you to be in clarity, like organizing yourself to such a degree that you just start to love your life. Taurus is an earth sign, brings with it great grounding energies. So it also brings stability, practicality, and a focus on the material world, which means that during this time you may be deeply influenced and even inspired to make the aspects of your life that are not so stable. Maybe certain relationships are a little bit shaky. Maybe your financial situation is shaky. Maybe your health is shaky. These new energies will bring stability into these areas. So what you need is to set your mind for the stability and practice anything that puts you into a coherent state. I use meditation because to me it's the easiest way to get there. When you slow down your breathing and you place your attention into one specific area so your mind is not jumping from one thought to another, your heart will get into a coherent state. When your heart gets into a coherent state, it sends a signal to your brain that your body is safe, and therefore brain can stop searching for danger and it will get into a coherent state as well. And that's where your channel of creativity opens up. And when you use the intention there, you get answers very, very fast. So a lot of clarity will come to you how to make your life more stable. If you want to become more rich, more abundant, you will get many answers. If you want to improve your health, you will get many answers. Also, maybe people with solutions can come into your life if you do the work, if you practice clarity and intentional focus. Many right things may just align for you. So even though many of you may think like nothing big is happening in your life, you still need to be aware that you're the artist here. You're the creator. You're the writer of the script. So make sure that you take the time in your day. You don't need to be very, perfectionist around it. It's just taking time, writing down some goals, writing down some simple affirmations that you can read, before you go to sleep and when you wake up. So you have installed these deep thoughts that will influence your life. So focus on this. That will help you to ground your energies. If there's many chaos that is happening in your life, I want to remind you to make your environment work for you, not against you. So move away from people that seem toxic to you. And move away from people who are constantly draining or dimming your light. And also heal the relationships that are somewhere between okay and not okay, right? Talk with those people, or at least get to the realization, do you still want them in your life or do you want to let go of them? But don't be somewhere in between because it's draining a lot of your energy. Right now, it's kind of like you just don't want to tolerate anything that's not in alignment with you, but you still have to deal with it. You still have to let go or resolve, right? So make sure you're taking care of that. Then the second reminder is that this is a perfect time for manifesting any material abundance, financial stability, and any other thing that may be related to, let's say, sensual pleasures. Anything that brings you, more, our senses ground us into this physical reality. But they also help us to experience the wonder of it. Like if you would not be in a physical form, you would not know how joy truly is experienced, or how something tastes like, or how hug feels like. So the point of this time is really to enjoy in that, to enjoy in your senses, to really remind yourself you're in a human form for a reason. Not to suffer, not to be in pain, but to enjoy in your senses. From the soul perspective, it's such a wonderful experience to truly experience physically all the energies that are there, like all the tastes when you eat good food, the good conversations, the connection, when you're doing something you love, like for example, transforming your vision from imagination into this reality, this process of artistic expression or poetry or any other work, or building a business, like something out of an idea. Those are such pleasurable experiences if we remind ourselves that that's why we are here. Many people are struggling because of finances, and I want to remind you, you don't need to struggle because of finances. You just need to study a little bit more what you truly want to do with your life. And then what are the possibilities with it? And don't look so much externally, but actually ask yourself what you want to do. And are you demonstrating it? Are you embodying it? Because you will notice, as each new moon is like a time for new beginning and setting intentions for the lunar cycle ahead. This one in Taurus is bringing you opportunity to manifest things very, very, very fast. And also as time is speeding up, everything is just happening so much faster, and you've most probably noticed how things are just happening faster. Have some financial goals. Have clarity around finances. Notice how you're nurturing them, and see if you could do things a bit differently. Maybe less impulsive and more conscious. What is financial stability for you? And make some unlimited goals around it. Visualize it a little bit. How would it feel if you would have it? So you can notice, what's the energy behind it? And set some powerful intentions. But when you're setting intentions, don't make it out of fear. Make it in a coherent state. So take 5 to 10 minutes to calm your body down, and then send out a prayer in gratitude, or visualize yourself having it, or just say out loud anything that you desire to happen, like it's already real, like you're already that person. That will help you to work with these present energies. The third reminder for you right at this time, for this new moon portal, is that this fluid energy is slow and steady. Why do we need to know that? Well, because we're used to rush, hurry, and be anxious. That's where anxiety is coming from. Not allowing ourselves to be a bit more slower, a bit more present, a bit more conscious, and be better observers, right? So slow and steady wins the race. Taurus is known as a slow but very steady sign. During this new moon, embrace the energy of being patient, or at least set an intention for you that this is what you're working on. So how can you work on being more patient? Well, in this age of information where there's too many things you want to know at the same time, being patient is actually trusting and seeing how everything just finds you when you're ready. And recently I've been talking to so many interesting people, and everybody said the same way. You know what? When I'm ready, the next level knowledge comes to me. But then there's a time when nothing new comes to me. And I've noticed it's a time for me to really understand what I've learned there, and to practice it and to integrate it. And when I achieve that, when I feel like I'm ready for something new, new knowledge comes to me. And that's what it means to be patient and steady. You see, what you will take into the new era that is coming is only what's being integrated in your soul. And your soul is a being of psychological, emotional, and etheric system. So an etheric level doesn't stay just what you've heard and read mentally. It stays what you've acknowledged, what you understand, and what you've experienced. That's what evolves your soul. That's why you shouldn't rush through the process. You should patiently move through what is happening right now and learn from anything that is finding you. Anytime you say, oh, I'm already aware of that, means you don't understand it completely. That's why it's still coming up to you. That's why you're still seeing it and hearing it. You see, when you truly outgrow something, it will not be coming into your life anymore, because now you understand it. That's why people who went from poverty to being rich, and they've truly embodied that richness, they don't return back to poverty. They only return back to poverty if they haven't embraced something from poverty. That's why if you're coming from certain information, you think it's repeating, it's because you don't understand it yet. That's why this present time is only reminding you, embody patience, persistence, while you're pursuing your highest vision that you have as the highest possible good you can become, right? And it leads us into the fourth reminder, that is awareness of your values and self-worth. Very important at this time, as Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, the planet of often known from ancient mythology, which is truly just the story about the truth. The planet of love and beauty, emphasizing themes of self-worth and values, right? So it basically means that right at this time, you will be more aware of maybe your weak spots and noticing how much you're not practicing it. Like, you may feel you want to talk with that special person, you want to call that special person out, and you may be like, oh, I feel insecure about it. Or you may be like, I want to embrace this passion, and you may be like, what people will say. This is the weak part of you that can only be worked on if you start doing it. That's what will influence your self-worth, because you will notice your self-worth comes from self-talk and behaviors. You will notice, oh, well, if I talk myself into doing, not overthinking, but just deciding every time this opportunity comes, I will go there and do what I want to do. Like, I don't know, call that person out, or I don't know, whatever is your insecurity. Right now is a great time to reflect on this, as every astrological event or cosmic event brings certain influences with it, certain inspirations with it. This one is bringing us awareness around self-worth and values, noticing if we are living according by our values. Are you living your values? And are you aware of your values? Just to notice, okay, here I've fallen off the grace, here's what I need to change. If you value peace, if you value joy, if you value connection, if you value honesty, are you living that? If you value abundance, are you practicing feeling abundant? Because still, what we feel most of the time comes out of a habit. 95% of our thoughts are usually the same thoughts as the day before. We think, according to neuroscience, 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 95% of these thoughts are the same as the day before and the day before. And how we think is how we feel, and how we feel is how we think. So if we want to shift this cycle of thinking and feeling, of state of being, we have to build new habits, and it starts in the self-talk. It starts in awareness of frequencies, like being pulled into a higher frequency. Deep inside, you always feel drawn to something that will uplift you. But because out of a habit, you don't do it many times. That's why if you want to feel a greater amount of self-worth, notice what you're valuing. Like honesty, for example. If you value honesty and you go outside and you see someone who's beautiful, wouldn't you go there and tell to that person, oh, you look so beautiful today? Wouldn't you do something like that? Or you would meet a stranger and you would say, I appreciate you. You look incredible, or whatever it is. You see, it all comes back to you. And that's where we start building a new community, where we just start expressing what is real and truth and honest, right? And the fifth reminder is that as Taurus is very deeply connected to nature and the physical world once again, this energy is allowing us to experience deeper connection. Like if you will be out in the nature, you may connect with a tree and maybe communicate with it. You may experience the grounding energy. Trees have very, very, very coherent and wise energy. If you can connect with nature, you can download a lot of insights, practical wisdom for your life. Many people think, I don't know how to do it, because many people are overthinking their lives. But if you sit down and just ask yourself how this flower feels right now, how this tree feels like now, how this animal feels like now, like your dog, for example, how can they be so happy? Well, because they are lost in beingness, not in thinking. So connection with nature is one of the main parts if you want to ascend, because it reminds you you are the nature. Many people are being lost in their minds, that's why they feel so disconnected. And when we are disconnected, we seek for pleasure instead of connection. Which is a very interesting thing. When you feel disconnected, you just need more connection. Go into nature, go for a run, go for a walk, do something active in the nature, maybe dance, go to swim, do anything that you love to do in the nature, and then sit down also and just observe the movement of nature in the wind. Even when you see the wind on the ocean or in the trees, you will see it's kind of invisible force, but it's present all around us. What we don't realize often, this force has its own intelligent. It's intelligent force. It's carrying intentions in it. It's carrying information in it. Everything is informed. And because nature is much older than your physical nature, than your body, you can learn a lot from it. You can download a lot from it, especially at the times when your life feels hard. Go outside and ask for wisdom. For some of you, it may sound very mystical, but try it out. Right now, you will be very, very supported for this type of work. Everything is helping you to ascend, to become who you came here to be. Your job is only to allow this process to unfold by following the spark, by doing what aligns you rather than pulls you out of alignment. And it's only a choice. So my friend, I hope you found great value in today's video. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. It's time to manifest. Money is coming your way. Health is rising within you. Great and right relationships are coming into your life. Everything is aligning. So your job is to walk in alignment, to be in alignment. And when something pulls you out, notice what it is so these things stop repeating, right? That's when you learn the lesson. So know that everything is working in your favor. Even the things you think they're destructive, they're teaching you to be in alignment. Like, some people will open your eyes and some people will open your heart. Both are teaching you something you need to know. So my friends, stay aligned, stay in tuned and wired to the highest possible knowing that lives within you. Till next time, one love. Hey my friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. In today's painting, I want to remind you that we've just opened our French new store, AttractPassion.com, where you can find all of my art, prints of my art, original paintings. So go there and check it out, AttractPassion.com. And also to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, we have some new free spots, so you can find everything in the description of this video. So you can use the inspiration that you feel right now and actually do something great with it. My friends, till next time, one love.